United States has gotten involved in the conflict between Israel and Iran. President Trump says the U.S. military struck 3 sites in Iran, directly joining Israel's effort to decapitate the country's nuclear program. Trump posted on social media a little bit before 5 o'clock today, "We have completed our very successful attack," he says, on 3 nuclear sites in Iran.
Quiet, not slow. Here we go. So second pass, we're waiting for that belly shot from the B-2, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like it's coming right at us. Wait for the bank, wait for the bank. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Your B-2 spirit.
American warplanes have bombed 3 nuclear sites in Iran, marking a significant escalation in the ongoing war between Iran and Israel. A U.S. official said that 6 B-2 bombers dropped a dozen 30,000-pound bunker buster bombs on the Fordo nuclear site, which lies deep underground, and Navy submarines fired 30 TLAM cruise missiles at the Natanz and Isfahan sites. 1 B-2 also dropped 2 bunker busters on Natanz, according to the official, who spoke on condition of anonymity to discuss military operations. Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan were hit in what the U.S. president described as a very successful attack. Israel has raised alert levels after the U.S. strikes on Iran. President Donald Trump said the strikes carried out in 3 Iranian nuclear sites resulted in them being completely and totally obliterated.
Israel continues to hammer Iranian nuclear sites to disable the country's atomic capabilities. So far, it's launched dozens of strikes on these facilities you see in the northern and north-central parts of the country.
The Israeli airstrikes into Iran territory. Now, the president himself had suggested that they would have 2 weeks max, but notably did not rule out a more immediate strike. Now, Israeli Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu had asserted that Israel had the capacities and the ability to take out the nuclear facilities,
labeling the operation a spectacular military success. U.S. bunker-busting bombs, which uses weight and sheer kinetic force to reach deeply buried targets, were needed to reach the underground site.
As the Israel-Iran conflict extends into its 2nd week, the 2 sides exchanged fresh strikes overnight Friday into Saturday. Israel targeted Iran's largest nuclear research complex, according to an Iranian official, while Israel said it killed 2 commanders of an elite branch of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Israel's military also said 2 Iranian drones managed to get past Israel's air defenses, a rare event, striking sites in the north and south. Meanwhile, President Trump says the clock is ticking on a possible diplomatic solution before he decides on U.S. involvement.
We're going to see what that period of time is, but I'm giving him a period of time, and I would say 2 weeks would be the maximum.
That site is buried deep in a mountain, about 300 feet below ground, some 60 miles outside Tehran. Taking out that facility will require a much bigger bomb than Israel has in its arsenal.
It is not clear at this point in time whether B-2 bombers were used in this instance to take out the Fordo nuclear site, so I don't want to jump ahead of what we know here at this time. But for the president, this is a striking moment. Attacking a Middle East country that the president had sought for the better part of the last 2 months.
A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise.
Ian, no doubt this is what Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu wanted.
Oh, undoubtedly, it's not just what Prime Minister Netanyahu, the Israeli cabinet, and honestly, a large number of the Israeli population wanted, but it's also what Netanyahu and others have been lobbying for some time, trying to make the case to the president. And I spoke to the Israeli president just a couple of days ago, and he was making this point, trying to make other leaders understand that this wasn't just about a threat to Israel.
We don't know exactly what was used here. So if we look at some of the factors that we've seen today, we know that some B-2 bombers, a handful of them took off from Whiteman Air Force Base over Missouri. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. That is enough time for them to get to Iran. They have the ability, Jose, to fly extremely long distances. We're talking like 3-day missions, refueling in the air, never actually touching ground.
Trump shares post with "Fordo is gone." Trump concluded his speech by threatening Iran should it not return to the negotiation table. "There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran," Trump said, adding that the U.S. will go for other targets should that not be the case. Netanyahu is very happy about that and said, "Trump's decision will change history, with the U.S. doing what no other country on earth could do. History will record that President Trump acted to deny the world's most dangerous regime the world's most dangerous weapons," Netanyahu said, concluding his message by saying that the forces of civilization thank Trump for his decision.
For there to be a negotiation with the Iranians, and we really expected some very serious, robust diplomatic efforts to be going on between Iranians and Americans.